So, hello, we are solving four good questions. I think four or five good questions with rotation. Let us start the thing, and one by one we'll see those questions, right? Okay, so we have some students in the class. Here we begin. So here we are doing the assignment on rotation. So in case you have a prior basic knowledge on rotation, I think this will help. If not, still I'll give the basics, right? Okay, some basic. So now, what does the first question tell me? I'll send you all the questions once again. So yeah, I've sent the question again on the group. Can one of you open the folder and read the first question? Yes, Atul.
Yes, a uniform rod of length L is kept vertically as shown in the figure. There is no slipping at A, and the rod is allowed to fall. Then and B will hit the ground at speed.
Okay. What do you think should we do for this question, Atul? Try it out. Tell me.
Uh, so sure. I think we should apply conservation of mechanical energy, the
Mm-hmm.
concept of energy.
Okay, okay. Do that. Tell me. Tell me what your answer is. Did you try this by the way initially?
No, sir.
Okay. No worries. Yeah. So I think Mahila, could you try this question before? Okay. No worries. Yeah. Let's see. The question is the first question. It is given that we have a rod. We have a rod which is kept on the ground, and here is the ground. Slipping is not. I think it says that there is no slipping at A, right? That point does not slip. So this point is A is over here. This is B. This is length L, correct? Now this is kept vertical initially. Then it says that as the point B is allowed to go down like this and it hits the floor. So what is happening is this rod is hitting the floor this way. Now when this phenomena happens, when this thing happens, we are being asked that so this point B, how much should it be? How much velocity should it have at that point when it's hitting the ground? How should we go about it? Atul, any idea?
So we can find the kinetic energy and potential energy at the point B when it is standing.
Hmm. So is when it's standing, does it have any form of kinetic energy?
No, sir.
No. Does it have any potential energy?
Yes, sir.
Rod, how much potential energy does it have?
MGL.
Why MPL?
Uh,
Okay.
because it is at a height L
What
from
is
the
at a
ground.
height L? What is at a height L? This point is at the height L, or this entire rod center of mass is at a height L. What is at the height L? Tell me.
B is at height L.
So energy for point B will be MGL. But what about the entire rod? The rod is also there, right?
Okay,
Ah,
center. Yes, sir.
so therefore, we will consider for any such rod where mass is distributed uniformly, we will consider which point? Center of mass. In order to
Center of
calculate, yes, ever, always remember this, Atul, that whenever we have to find out for any body, the amount of gravitational potential energy, and that, see, I'm writing GPE, gravitational potential energy. So if gravitational potential energy needs to be found out for any given rod, if gravitational potential energy needs to be found out for any if gravitational potential energy needs to be found out for any given rod, then or any given body, we need to take its center of mass into account. So what is the distance of the center of mass from the ground? Initial distance
L by 2.
L by 2. So let's say if
L
I
by
consider here at the surface potential energy 0. This line is, by the way, called, Atul, it's called as datum line. Datum line is that line about which we take reference, or here we take u as 0. So what should be u when the rod is standing?
U is mg L by 2.
Very good. Now you are correct. mgl by 2. Now as it comes down, we are going to conserve kinetic energy and potential energy, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
let's do it. What is the kind of motion that the entire rod is going in? Is it going in some kind of rotational motion or linear motion?
Rotational motion.
So what kind of energy should it possess? There are two forms of kinetic energy we have read. One is called translational and the other is called rotational. What form should it possess, Atul?
Rotational.
Rotational, right? Therefore, that will be half, tell me, half
I
I
omega square.
omega square. Very good.
Omega square.
By the way, will it have any potential energy at this point, Atul? At the base,
No, sir.
on the
No, sir.
ground? Okay, so I take U as 0. By the way, tell me, why should I conserve potential and kinetic energy? Why? That is the question.
Because gravitational energy is a conservative. Gravitational force is a conservative force.
And gravitational force is causing this motion, right? For this motion, which force is responsible, Atul? Gravitational motion is causing
Gravity.
rod to fall, right? So what I'm
Yes,
saying
sir.
is, suppose you have this pen, right? This is a vertical rod. I allow it to fall down. I allow it to fall down. Why did it fall? Why did it fall in first
Due
place?
to gravity.
Because of gravity. And this gravity is a
Conservative force.
conservative force. Because gravity is a conservative force, I am conserving the potential and kinetic energy, right? So here kinetic energy was 0, potential energy is mgl by 2, right? And at the ground, the kinetic energy is half I omega square because there is rotational motion. And on the ground, I have taken potential energy as 0. Okay. Now, tell me one thing. Tell me one thing, that when I write this as mgl by 2 is equal to half I omega square, what is the moment of inertia of a rod about the side or the extreme edge? Do you know this, Atul?
3 RT by 2.
ml square by 3.
Oh, sorry,
ml
sorry,
square
sorry.
by 3, right?
3. Yeah, I mean square.
Are we sure,
Yes, sir.
Atul?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the moment of inertia of a rod about this end. And what about the central, through the center of mass, ICM? If the rod length is L, ml square by
ML square by 2.
12.
12.
ml square by
No,
12.
sir, I didn't. Yes, sir.
ml square by
Okay.
12.
12.
Now will we remember this, Atul?
Yes, sir.
What is this? Moment of inertia for a rod about 2 axes. Please take this note, everyone. Moment of inertia. Please revise the notes, right, Atul? In case there is any doubt, please let me know. Okay.
Okay.
Of rod. About center of mass. This is center of mass, while this is the extreme. Now, so we have half. I'm writing this. I think Mahila has given the answer quite long back. Let's see if her answer is correct. So we have mgl, right, by 2 is equal to half. What should we write instead of I, Atul?
ML square by 3.
Pakka?
No, ML square by 12. ML square
3,
by
no?
12.
3. Why? Because the question is saying there is no slipping about the bottom point. So this entire rod is turning around which point, Atul? Turning around which point? End point or not?
A.
Are we now
Okay,
clear?
okay, sir.
Pakka, are we clear
Okay,
now?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
because
Yes,
the
yes.
rod is turning around the point A, as it's not slipping, therefore we should have uh, ml square by 3, or the moment of inertia taken about the end point. Now we have into omega square. Okay, so this will give us omega value basically, right? So let us see what does the omega value come out to be, right? So we'll have L and L also get cancelled. So this will become 3g by L is equal to omega square. What is omega coming? Tell me, Atul.
Omega is under root 3 G by L.
Very good. Now, what is the question asking me? Question is asking me with what velocity point B will hit the floor. The question is asking me with what velocity point B will hit the floor. B is being asked, right? Now tell me one thing, Atul, very important question when you talk about rotational motion. I have this pencil, okay? As I'm rotating this pencil about this point, does every point have the same angular velocity or different angular velocity? See here. Now, what does angular velocity mean? Angle covered per unit time. Angular velocity, right? Omega. D theta by dt. So
Yes,
when
sir.
I turn this rod, see very clearly. When I turn this rod, let's say from here, this is initial position and this is final position, okay? Now tell me, when I turn this rod from here until this point, what is happening? What is happening? Are all the points on the rod taking same, covering same angle or different angle when it comes here? All of them have covered same angle or different angle? Atul, tell me.
Different angles.
How different angles? See here, this point also covers 30 degree. This also covers 30 degree. It does not matter from where you go.
Okay,
The angle will,
all the points.
all
Okay.
the points on this rod will cover same
On
angle,
the
right?
okay, okay.
Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So see, let's say you
Yes, sir.
talk about this point. It doesn't matter whether you measure the angle this way or this way or this way or this way. If this rod is infinitely long, then every point on the rod, when it comes here on the horizontal, how much angle has it covered in that given time? Theta. All of them have covered same angle,
Yes, sir.
right? So what can I say
Yes,
about
sir.
the angular velocity? If same angle is covered by all the points on the rod, then what can I say about the angular velocity? Omega is same or different for
Same,
different points on this rod?
same,
Same. Very good.
same.
Because omega is same, what can I talk about? Okay, now let us go to something else also. What is being asked? We are being asked omega or v, linear velocity.
A linear velocity V.
But this rod is under rotational motion. Then how can they ask about linear velocity? Tell me.
We know the formula for
No.
omega is
Forget,
V by
forget
R.
the formula. Forget the formula. Prove it to me that the rod has a linear velocity. See, this rod is undergoing rotational motion or linear motion.
Rotational motion.
So if the rod is going under rotational motion, how can this point B have a linear velocity? That is the question. Tell me. That's the question. If this rod is undergoing rotational motion, how can this have a linear velocity? This should be my first question. Whenever I ask you about linear velocity, you should ask this question, right or wrong?
Oh, yes, sir.
So tell me now. Karuna.
Sir, it is moving downwards, so
Yes. Very
so
good.
the linear velocity will be perpendicular to the surface.
Let's see. See here. So let's say I have different points on this, right? One point is over here at the apex, and one point is, let's say, at the base. I'll denote it with two different color points. Have a look. Okay? One is pink in color, this one. The other one is black in color. Now let's say I bring it to the base. This is my base. So I bring this entire rod here. I bring this entire rod over here, right? Now tell me one thing. Which point is covering larger distance? Karuna, you have to tell me. Which
So
point is
the
covering larger distance?
upper point,
Upper point. In the same time or in different point?
In same time.
So if in the same time, black point is covering larger distance and pink point is covering smaller distance, Mahila, can you tell me which one should have a higher linear velocity? Yes, Mahila. Try it. Atul, can you try this? I am saying that we have this black and pink point on this pen. As I bring this pen from this angle to the horizontal, which point out of black and pink is covering larger linear distance? Which point is covering larger linear distance? Yes, Atul, tell me.
Second point, sir, which is father.
The one which is black or the one which is pink? Which point covers larger linear distance?
Sir, I'm not able to see the colors properly, sir.
Okay.
I think the black one, sir.
The black one, the one which
Yes,
is
sir.
the one which is near the apex. This one will cover larger distance, right? As this rod comes
Yes,
down.
sir.
So now since
Yes, sir.
this point here is covering larger distance, what does this mean? First of all, the first thing that we should understand this, that this point is having a linear motion. Yes or no? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
From this point it has moved here, so it has had a linear motion. Similarly, this pink point has also traveled small amount of linear distance. Can you see this? This distance, right? As it moves here, see? Right? Correct?
Yes,
Both
sir.
the points are also having some linear motion. So if they are having some linear motion, they will also have some linear velocity, right?
Velocities.
And that
Yes, sir.
linear velocity is related to omega by the formula V is equal to R omega, where R is the distance between this point for which I am finding the linear velocity and the axis of rotation So now let us see this
Rotation.
on board. So let's say when I talk about this rod, which was over here initially, right? From here, it turned around. It was over here at this position initially, right? This was initial position I. Then it came over here, final position F. Now, it has turned this distance, right? It has turned this distance. Now, as the rod has turned through some distance, every point on the rod has also turned through some distance. Now, we were talking about the pink point and the black point. So, if the black point has covered more distance, what does this mean? It definitely has, first of all, it has covered some linear distance. Yes or no, Atul?
Yes, sir.
So if it has covered some linear distance, it should definitely have some velocity, linear velocity.
Yes, sir.
And that linear
Yes, sir.
velocity is given by, R omega. That linear velocity is given by R omega.
Omega.
Now, what is this R? R is the distance. Let's say this is the axis of rotation, or I'll mark it with a cross sign. Let's say this is the axis of rotation. So the distance from the axis of rotation of this point is R. Similarly, what about the pink point, Atul? What about the pink point? It has smaller distance or larger distance?
Smaller distance.
Smaller distance. Let's say R naught. So how much should its linear velocity be? Same or different?
Different.
Different. Let's say V naught is equal to R naught into. What about omega? Should it be same or different?
Or difference. Oh, sorry. Omega should be same.
Omega should be same. Why? Because omega is, whether you talk about the black point or the red point, both points have covered same angle in the given time. So omega is same for the black point and for the pink point. The omega value is same. The omega value is same. Whereas when I talk about the when I talk about the V value, it is different. For black point, it is equal to R omega, whereas for the pink point, it is equal to R naught omega. Are we clear now?
Yes, sir.
Everyone. Is everyone clear with this concept? Atul, is this concept clear?
Yes, sir.
Karuna,
Yes.
is this concept clear to you that omega is same for all the points, but V is different from for all points? Are we clear with this, Karuna?
Yes, sir.
Mahila, are we clear with this that omega is same? Please note this down.
Yes, sir.
Omega is same. So write the case. Case is rod turning about a fixed axis. Rod turning about a fixed axis. Omega is same for all points. Omega is same for all points. Omega is same for all points, whereas V is different for all points. V or linear velocity is different for all points. Write it down, class. And how is it given? V is given as R omega, where what is R? R is distance between that point, distance between that point and axis of rotation. So this was axis of rotation, the cross mark, right? And the axis of rotation. Written it down, everyone. Class, have you written it down? Once yes, raise your hand. Yes. If yes, raise your hand. Omega is same for all the points on the rod, whereas V is different, right? Now apply this on this question. Now you need to tell me what is the value of V, what is the value of V for the center of mass for point A and for point B. Karuna, can you tell me? I think Mahila will tell us. Mahila, can you tell me? I am asking what is the linear velocity for point A, right? Point B and point C. Yes, tell me. Mahila, can you hear me? Yes, Mahila, tell me. What is the value of velocity for point B? VB will be equal to R times omega, right? What is the value of R for B? See here. What is the value of R for B? R is length or the
Yes, sir.
distance of this point B from the axis of rotation. How much distance is it far away, point B, from the axis of rotation?
L.
L. Absolutely correct. L is the distance. So instead of R, you will substitute L, right? So answer will be L omega, right? This is what is actually asked in the question. So your answer will be under root 3GL, under root 3GL. Are we clear with this, Mahila?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me about the next one. How about velocity of the point A? How far is point A from the axis of rotation? Is it away or is it lying on the axis of rotation?
Sir, it is lying on the axis of rotation.
So what should be the value of R then?
Sir, it's 0.
Therefore, VA will be 0. What about point
Zero.
C? What about point C? Tell me. What is its distance from the axis of rotation? Tell me.
Sir, it's L by 2.
So what is R? L by 2 or something else?
L by 2.
So tell me what's the answer therefore? Under root of 3 by 4
3. Yes, sir.
L. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Pakka. How did 4 come?
Yes, sir.
How did 4 come? We had 2 there.
Omega.
Omega value is under root 3gl, 3g by l, right? Now,
Yes. Yes.
if you take this l by 2 inside the root, what will happen? It will become l square by 2 square, right?
Yes, sir.
So so is it right answer or wrong answer? Tell me.
Sir, it's right, sir.
Pakka.
Yes, sir.
Now will you get confused or you'll say it's correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, did you get the logic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure, I just took L by 2 inside the root. When L by 2 is inside the root, I'm writing it as L square by 4, right? Easy to understand
Yes,
now.
sir.
Pakka?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how about the other two, Karuna and Atul? Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any queries you want to ask? Just let me know. Okay. What about the next question? Read it for us. Karuna, can you read this question for us? Yes.
Yeah. 1 second. The question says, from a uniform circular plate of radius 2r,
Mm-hmm.
a disk of radius r has been. Oh,
There is a circular plate, right? And from
yeah.
now what we are doing, it is a disk. From here we are removing another plate, right? Let's say from one part of it. So
Then center of mass of remaining plate.
we are removing some part of it. Yeah. Continue. Read the
The
entire
center of mass.
From a uniform
The center.
circular plate of radius 2r, a disk of radius r has been removed. Yes. Then the center of mass of the remaining plate is. Then the center of mass of remaining plate is being asked. Right, Karuna?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How should we go about it? Atul, can you tell me the approach for this question? We had read something, no? That XCM is given by M1 X1
Yes, sir.
plus M2
M1 x1
X2
plus M2 x2 by M1 plus M2 and
by
so
M1
on.
plus M2. When did we use this formula? When we had two masses, right? And they were at different distances, x1 and x2 from the
Center
origin.
of mass.
From the origin. From
Okay.
origin. So these were the coordinates of those points, x1 and x2. And from this, we are finding out what will be the coordinate of the center of mass. What will be the coordinate of the center of mass of
Center
the
of mass.
system, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct? Okay. Now, for this question, the masses are not just 1 or 2 points. The masses are actually distributed uniformly across area. Masses are distributed uniformly across area. Note this down. So here, in a plane lamina, in this plane lamina, mass is distributed uniformly across area, right? Across area. Correct? Right, Atul?
Yes, sir.
So if the mass is distributed across uniformly across area, so instead of writing mass in this question, what can I write? Area. What can I write? Area. Correct?
Area.
Because do you
Yes,
remember yesterday when we were, I think yesterday or day before, when we were solving these questions, when we used to take T V per gamma is a constant, and let's say now if T is
Yes, sir.
proportional to T, Then here, instead of T, we could have written P. Do you remember those questions, Atul?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So similar thing is happening here also. Here mass is distributed according to area, or we can say mass is proportional to area.
Proportional to
So
area.
in this equation, instead of mass, you can write area.
Area.
Now is this point clear,
Yes, sir.
Atul?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
how about you, Karuna and Mahila? Is this point clear? What I am trying to mean, right?
Yes, sir.
Mahila, is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, in this question, I need to find out the moment of inertia of this shaded zone, moment of inertia of this, center of mass of the shaded zone, center of mass of this shaded zone. So what I am doing is, I am assuming that this is, let's say if this was already there, if this was already there, then how could I have written center of mass? Let's say this was part 1, this was part 1, and this pink was part 2. So white was part 1, pink was part 2. Had I summed them both in this pattern, right, I could have got center of mass. Where would the center of mass of this entire joint system would lie? Tell me, Atul, where would it lie
At the
at the
center of the circle.
right? So I know that
Mass.
for the circle, it's easy to find out. But for this crescent moon-like structure, can we find out center of mass easily? No, right?
No, sir.
So the easy formula or the easy way to solve this question is, instead of writing plus sign, just replace it by minus sign. Replace it by minus sign. So you'll have xcm is equal to a, right? x1 minus small a x2 whole by a minus small a. Where what is small a? Area of the smaller disk, whereas what is capital A? Area of the total larger disk. Total larger disk. Are we now clear?
Yes, sir.
Everyone? Mahila, are we clear what I am doing here? Instead of adding together, I am subtracting. Karuna, is this point clear? In the process of calculating center of mass. Yes. Karuna, Mahila, anything to ask?
Clear, sir.
Clear? Mahila, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay, so we are being given what is the radii? This radii is 2r. Radius is 2r, whereas this radius is r, right? So let's take first step for solving any center of mass question is select your origin. Select your origin. Select one point as origin. Accordingly, write the formula for xcm, ycm, and zcm, whatever, and then substitute. Write the formula that it is summation of mi into xi upon summation of mi. Write that formula, summation of mi into yi whole by summation of mi. Write this formula, and then all you have to do is substitute. This is how the general way goes. This is how the general way goes in order to find out or solve such questions. Are we clear, class? Right? So all you're going to do in this question is take xcm, right? Give it as, what is the total area? What should the total area be proportional to, by the way? Area should be proportional to, Karuna? Area should be proportional to r square or r?
R
R square.
square.
R square. So we have here r square into x1. Now, how do you find x1? Let's take some origin. Let's take some origin. So let's say this point itself is origin, and this is x-axis. This is x-axis. So we will have what is the value of x1 then? Distance of what is the position of center of mass of this entire sphere or this entire disk? Origin?
Yes, sir.
So I think my point is not very clear. I will repeat my point, what I'm doing here. When I'm writing this formula, xcm is equal to a1 x1 minus a2 x2 whole by A1 minus A2. This x1 and x2 are the coordinates. Which coordinates? The coordinates of the center of mass and 1 and 2. What is 1? 1 is this larger pink sphere. 1 is the larger pink sphere. Whereas what is 2? 2 is this smaller sphere, the one which is white in color, that white smaller sphere. In the larger one, the smaller sphere is 2. So this entire one is pink sphere, the smaller one is 2. So all I am doing is subtracting the product of area and position of one minus area and position of the other. How will you find out the position? So for that, I have chosen the center as 0, 0 or origin. So from origin, what is the location of center of mass? So this x1 is telling me location of center of mass of 1 from origin. Location of center of mass of 1, or the pink part, the complete pink part of 1 from origin. Of course, that is this x value tells you distance from the origin, right? Whereas this is the location of, this is telling you the location of smaller white sphere. This is 1 means larger sphere, right? So is the point clear to all of you, by the way, what I'm trying to convey? This is location of center of mass of larger disk or 2, right? So all you have to do is write down what is x1. Yes, can you tell this to me, Atul? What is x1? 0.
Then I guess a 0.
Right? Because of course the center of mass of this entire larger disk is at the center, correct? Is at the
Sir,
origin.
we can consider any point, sir.
Any point. You'll always get the same answer according to that coordinate system which you have selected. So
Okay.
what should happen originally, if you will take this point, if you will take this part away, your center of mass will shift towards the part where more mass is concentrated. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
What I'm saying, Karuna and Mahila, I'll repeat. I am saying that initially center of mass is at the center of this disk. I take away this much part. So according to the principle, the distance of the center of mass is lesser from the heavier part. Do you remember, everyone? Distance of the center of mass is near the heavier part, right? So what will happen is, when you will try to remove this shaded white portion, when you remove that white portion, the center of mass basically shifts where towards the heavier portion, that is towards this part, the center of mass will shift. That is it will shift towards some right. So your final value of XCM should be positive. It should be positive. Am I clear? Mahila, are you able to understand that when I take away that part, take away the white portion, the center of mass shifts towards the heavier part, or the remaining pink part. Mahila, is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Karuna, is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me, what is the area for the smaller sphere? Or instead of area, what can we write? Small r square or r square,
Yes, sir.
right?
R square.
And how about its position? Its position is negative, and how much equal to minus r, right? What
Yes,
is
sir.
the value?
Minus R.
So this basically here, x2 is equal to minus r, because that is the position of center of mass of the smaller object, correct? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So here, instead of a2, I am writing r square, because a is proportional to radius square, and instead of x2, I am writing minus r. And here in the denominator, I think I have written
0 minus.
yeah, this is a1 minus a2. Pardon me for this. This is a1 minus a2. So you will get, instead of a1, we can write capital R square minus small a. Okay, it will be 2r whole square, right? This will be 2r whole square minus r square. Pi will also be there, but then pi in the numerator denominator
Yes.
gets cancelled, correct? That's
Cancel.
why I'm talking
Yes.
about proportionality. Plus, whenever we have proportionality, we need not think about all of this, pi and all. We can simply substitute the values, or the instead of a, we can substitute r square. Why? Because pi will get cancelled, the numerator and denominator, right? I hope I'm correct. and clear to everyone. So we'll get minus and minus plus r cube whole by 4r square minus r square, that is 3r. So our answer will be r by 3. So it means that the r by 3 is the location of center of mass. It means that here, if you have a circle of this sort or a disk of this entire disk in this pattern, right, and you remove, what is happening initially? Initially, the center of mass is lying at its center here. Now, as soon as I remove, so this is position of center of mass initially. I can call it CI, right? Now, when I remove some part of it, let's say this much part. So what happens is now the center shifts where? To the right, that is to the heavier part. The center shifts here along the x-axis and it comes over here. Center comes over here. So now the center of mass will be towards right? Of course, it will go somewhere. Its position should also be reflected in the y plane also, it will change, right? But right now I'm talking just about the x plane. So xcm value, the new xcm value will be r by 3, right? Similarly, you can do for ycm also. So ycm will also be a1 y1, right, whole minus a2 y2 whole by a1 minus a2. So here y1 is the position of center of mass of the larger sphere. Again, this was 0. Okay. And how about the position of center of mass of the smaller sphere? This was also 0 in terms of y, right? Because see here, y, it is neither up nor down. It was 0 for both cases. So it is telling me this is also 0, this is also 0. So ycm is 0. It means for the new pink shaded region, the xcm is equal to r by 3 and the ycm is equal to 0. So the point will lie somewhere over here at the point r by 3 comma 0, because we know this entire distance is 2 and this is r. Are we clear, everyone? Class, are we clear? So answer should be option number 3, right? Karuna, Atul, Mahila, are we clear with this technique? Everyone? If yes, please raise your hand. If we are clear with this technique, please raise your hand. Okay, excellent. So let's see one more thing. So I think next one is very important. It talks about angular momentum about the origin. It's very simple also, at the same time very important also. Let's say we have this sphere, right? This ball which is rolling. Right? We are being told that this ball is a solid sphere of mass m and radius r is in pure rolling, right? This is in pure rolling such that, okay, I think all of you had given, oh, Mahila, you had given the answer. Excellent, excellent. I just saw it. Okay, now this ball is in condition of pure rolling, right? It is a solid sphere. It is a solid sphere. It is in the case of pure rolling, and pure rolling means we know V is equal to R omega, correct? Now it says that the magnitude of angular momentum of the sphere about origin. Okay, so Karuna, okay, I think I'll take this from Atul. Atul, do we know what is angular momentum? R cross P, right?
Yes, sir. R cross P.
R cross P. Now, actually, Atul, tell me one thing. This ball, as it's rolling, it will have some linear velocity as well as some angular velocity omega, right? So let's say when I'm talking about this part or the part which is away from the origin, what is the perpendicular distance it has from the origin? Can you tell me? What is the perpendicular distance this
The
center has from the origin?
radius.
R, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? So I can write that L is equal to, do you remember we had written this as M V into
M
R
cross
perpendicular.
R.
Do you remember this,
Yes.
Atul?
Yes,
So
sir.
this
Yes, sir.
R is nothing but R perpendicular or perpendicular distance of the center from the origin. Everyone,
Yes,
please
sir.
note this down. This is so in this question, what is asked? It is asked that find out the angular momentum of the sphere about the origin. This is what is asked, right? And it is given that it is rolling. This sphere is rolling on a horizontal ground. It is given that the sphere is rolling on the horizontal ground, and this is how the origin is, right? Here, where I've just marked the intersection of two axes. This is y and this is x axis. About this point, it is rolling and going towards right. This entire system is going towards right. About origin, you need to find out angular momentum. So angular momentum is mv into r perpendicular. So although actual r value, plus have a look, although actual r value is this, but this is the perpendicular or perpendicular distance of the center of the sphere from the origin. So this capital R is the perpendicular distance, right? So we have M V R, right? This is the perpendicular distance or angular momentum, right? Now, are we sure about it, by the way?
Sir, can you explain again how is that the perpendicular distance from the origin?
See, just a minute. Also, I am not saying this. I am just asking, are we sure about it? See here. So, a better way of telling this to all of you is, just a second. Give me a second. Meanwhile, I'm telling this. Can you define for us, Atul, what is angular momentum?
Angular momentum is the cross product of displacement and momentum.
So we have L is equal to R. Displacement, nahi. It is the cross product of position or position
Okay.
with respect
Position
to the
vector.
origin. Position vector R cross P, right? So what can we write this as? RP sine theta.
Yes, sir.
RP sine theta in terms of magnitude, right? So if this is R, this
Yes,
is
sir.
theta, what will this value be? What will this value be? R sine theta or not? Now are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Why I was calling R perpendicular as R sine theta or the perpendicular distance from the origin. Are we clear with this now, Atul?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Just give me a second, class. I'm telling you the answer. So So there is one more formula. This is one. There is one more formula of doing it. So this was when the body had just linear momentum. This was when the body just had linear momentum P. But the body is also rotating, right? The body is also rotating. So there will be some change in this. Whenever the body is rotating, what is the value of L? I omega. Yes or no? Yes or no? Atul?
Yes, sir.
Right?
I omega.
Okay, I omega. I think Mahila has sent the answer, right? I omega. So, what about the value of I for a solid sphere?
Uh,
7
MR
by,
square.
7 by 5
7,
mr square,
uh,
right?
7 by 5 MR square.
Correct. So all you need to do is just substitute 7 by 5 here, and omega is already there, so we get the angular momentum. Are we clear, Atul?
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's say now we talk about I think am I mistaking somewhere? Just let me check. Okay. So class, I think I was mistaken somewhere. This is just one part of it and this is another part. So I'll describe the entire term once again. Atul, let us go to the basics. Do we know, do we know what is rolling? First class, try recalling. What is rolling? How did I describe rolling as? Rolling is the combined translation
Of
and
translation
rotation,
and
right?
rotation.
Do we
Yes,
remember
sir.
this?
Yes, sir.
Translation and rotation. So what I am saying is, even in order to find out the net angular momentum, we will take angular momentum because of translation and we will take angular momentum because of rotation, right? So because of translation, we just calculated angular momentum is, tell me, r cross p magnitude, right?
R, yes, sir.
Magnitude of r cross p,
R
where
cross
r
P.
is the where r is the position of
Uh,
that point with respect to origin. See here, position of this point with respect to origin is r, right? Position vector. And what is l rotational? I omega. L rotation is
I omega.
I omega.
Yes, sir.
Now,
I omega.
now we wrote this p, this r as r sine theta or r perpendicular, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now plus of I omega, correct? Okay. Now what about p value? It is equal to m into v, right? And what is r perpendicular? Radius, right?
Yes, R radius.
mvr, right? V is the forward velocity, and we know that in pure rolling, v is equal to r omega. Are we clear with this, Atul?
Yes, sir.
I was incorrect. I think I had mistakenly said it as 7 by 5. It is 2 by 5 mr square. For a solid sphere, I value is 2 by 5 mr square, right, Atul?
Okay, yes, sir.
Right? Because see, I'll write the values here if there is any confusion. So class, please take these down. This is extremely important. Different values of I for different kind of figures. So let's say when I talk about solid sphere, the I value is 2 by 5 mr square. This I value is moment of inertia about central axis, right? So let's say this is the solid sphere. So about the center, this way. Now, when I talk about hollow sphere, it's also about the center. How much? Any idea, Atul?
Uh,
We
Hollow
just
sphere.
used some time back. 2 by 3 mr square. 2 by 3 mr square, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what about a ring through a center, through the axis about the center? So this is the ring. Yeah, tell us. It is
MR square.
very good, very good, excellent. Okay, what about a disc?
Yes, that is
It's mr square by 2. How much is it?
MR square by 2.
Please note it down, right? Mr square by 2. These are moment of inertia values through geometric axis or through center of mass, right? So,
Okay, sir.
Atul, the same thing which is there for a disc, no? The same thing is for a cylinder. And similarly, whatever is the moment of inertia for a ring, the same thing is for a hollow cylinder. See, if I draw a hollow cylinder, no? If I draw a hollow cylinder like this, it will have the same moment of inertia. It will have the same moment of inertia as ring. Now, similarly, if I talk about a solid cylinder, it will have the moment of inertia same as the disk, that is
Disk.
mr square by 2. Now is it clear, Atul? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Has everybody written it down? These values. Has everyone written it down? If yes, please raise your hand. Yes, class. In case you have written down these values, please raise your hand. This table has to be by hearted by everyone, right? You should remember how did we find out these values. Done, class? Atul, have you written it down? I think Mahila
Yes, sir.
and Karuna are saying they have written it down. Okay, great. So now, class, let's apply this here, right? So you have 2 by 5 mr square and then omega along with it. Here omega, right? Now we have V is equal to R omega, right, Atul? V is equal to R
Yes, sir.
omega. So we can write this as M R omega, that is R square omega plus 2 by 5 R M R square omega. How much should the answer be? Tell me. 7 by
Uh,
5
okay, 7 by 5 mr square omega.
omega. This is the total angular momentum. Are we now clear? Pakkam pakka ekdam.
Yes, sir.
Now let's say I replace this solid sphere by a ring. I replace this solid sphere by a ring. Now tell me what will be the angular
So,
momentum?
sir, the
I'll repeat
moment
the
of
question.
inertia for a ring.
Yeah, I'll repeat the question for everyone. We are being given that I have a ring which is placed on the x-axis, right? A ring is placed on the x-axis. This is x and this is y-axis. This is the question. We are being told that this ring is in the state of pure rolling. This ring is in the state of pure rolling. It has angular velocity omega and radius r. So we have just been given r and omega and its mass is m, and this is a ring in the state of pure rolling. We are being told find out find out what is the angular momentum about origin. Angular momentum about origin. Right. Now go ahead and tell me. Yes, Atul.
So, the formula for angular momentum is transitional momentum in the transitional part and momentum in the rotational
Yes, translational and rotational part we will
translation.
be
Yeah.
adding. Very good. Very good. Add it. Tell me how much should it be?
So, the MVR plus I omega.
MVR plus I omega. Okay, do it.
I omega.
Yeah, do it.
So I for a ring is mr square. So MVR should be mv square omega. So the final answer should be 2 mv square omega.
We have R is equal to L translational plus L rotational, right? And we have L translational given as MVR, right? Because the velocity is in the forward direction and this is R. So with respect to origin, the R perpendicular is nothing but the radius, and R rotational is given by I omega, and we know I for a ring about its center is mr square, right? Because this entire ring is rotating about the center. Am I correct? Therefore, I'm taking I is equal to mr square. That is moment of inertia about the center. So
Axis.
mr square into omega plus mvr, and I know
MR
v is equal to r omega, right?
R
Atul?
omega.
Right. So we
Yes,
have
sir.
this as mr square omega plus mr
Omega
square omega. This is capital M
two
actually.
mr square omega.
Right. So we get answer as 2 mr square omega. Is everyone clear with this concept? If yes, please raise your hand. If yes, please raise your hand. This is the agenda or the funda of calculating total angular momentum. If clear, raise your hand. Yes. Okay, good. Let us move to the next question. Excellent questions these are, and I am so happy that you all are trying it. Actually, I'll do the last question first, right? I'll do the last question first. Can Mahila, can you read the question for us? Yes. Mahila, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you read the question? Yes. A sphere
Yes,
of
sir.
mass m. Yeah, read it.
1 minute, sir.
Yeah. No worries. Take your time. Atul, have you tried this question? Mahila, have you tried this question?
Sir, actually, I didn't try this question, sir. I did fourth one, sir.
Okay, okay, no worries. Okay, no worries. Yeah. So for this one, read the question. Yeah, go ahead.
A sphere of mass m and radius r is shown in figure.
Uh-huh.
Slips on a rough horizontal plane. At some instant, it has transitional velocity v naught and rotational velocity about the center v naught upon 2r. Find the
Okay.
transitional velocity after the sphere starts pure rolling.
So the question is saying that the sphere is starting to split. So actually, class, what happens is whenever rolling takes place, do you remember I told you all rolling is of two types. One is called as pure rolling, you know, the other is called as impure rolling. So impure rolling means rolling is taking place, but at the same time, the object is slipping also. So it's slipping plus rolling, right? So in case of pure rolling, remember this point, the surface point has a zero velocity. Velocity at the surface is zero. Whereas the same is not true whenever the object is slipping. Am I correct? I'll repeat. Am I clear, everyone? That here, when rolling is taking place, pure rolling is taking place, then here at the surface over here, the velocity of the object is zero. Whereas when the pure rolling is not taking place, when the pure rolling is not taking place, then here at the surface point, the velocity of the point of contact is non-zero. Am I clear, everyone? Right? So this is the point. Now, the question says that initially and when an object is placed on the ground, right, at some instant it has linear velocity. How much is the linear velocity? V naught. Linear velocity is V naught. And it has some rotational velocity also. How much is the rotational velocity? Atul, read it.
Sir, wait, sir. I have not opened the question.
Okay, okay, okay.
Just a moment.
See, it's given omega naught is V naught by 2r, right? This is the omega
yes,
naught
yes,
given,
V naught by 2r.
and V naught is the linear velocity. This was the initial condition. Then after
Yes,
some time, this sphere comes in the state of pure rolling. This system comes in the state of, Atul, pure
rolling.
What is the condition for pure rolling? What is the relation between V and omega for pure rolling, Atul?
V equals to R omega.
Very good. Where what is R, what is V, what is omega? Tell everyone.
V is the
linear velocity.
Linear velocity.
Right.
R is the distance from the center of mass.
No, here R is the, yeah, you can say that. R is the distance from the center of mass, and right now R will be the radius. R will be the
radius.
Okay.
Radius.
What next?
And omega is the
angular velocity.
Angular velocity.
Very good. So for this question, what is happening? Class, in case you all can recall, what is torque? Torque is the net rotational effect, right? Rotational effect, right? So let's say, do you all remember this point that when I have F is equal to dP by dt, that is force is rate of change of momentum. Similarly, this was linear case. In the rotational agenda, torque is dl by dt. Atul, do we remember this, Atul?
Yes, sir.
This is linear momentum. Tell me what is P. One by one, tell me the variables.
Momentum.
What
linear
is
momentum.
Linear momentum. P is linear momentum, right?
Yes.
Linear momentum. Now, what about L?
L is angular momentum.
L is angular momentum. Now, tell me one thing. If force becomes zero, what does this imply? P is
constant.
Constant. Very good. So let's say if torque becomes zero. If the torque becomes zero, what does this imply?
Then angular velocity. Sorry, angular momentum is zero.
Constant.
Sorry. Constant.
Right? Because see here you said if F is zero, then P is constant. Then that by analogy,
yes,
if tau is 0, then L is constant, right or wrong?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right, sir.
So we get this understanding. So we have revised this understanding that whenever torque is 0 about any point, torque is 0 about any point, then L will be conserved about that point. Am I clear, Atul?
Yes, sir.
See here, until now, this F and P were absolute quantities, but whenever I'm talking about torque and whenever I'm talking about angular momentum, we always calculate them about a reference point, right? About a reference point. Like in the last question, try recalling, we were talking about angular momentum about origin. Do you remember this, Atul?
Yes,
So
sir.
whenever we are talking about angular quantities, no, be it torque or be it angular momentum, etc., they'll always be about a point of reference. Are we clear? Because angular motion is involved, and angular motion involves some kind of rotation. So that will always be about some point. Are we clear on this?
Yes, sir.
Angular quantities will always be about a reference point. Angular quantities are always about a reference point,
Reference
right?
point.
Now, if about that reference point, if torque becomes zero about that reference point, then angular momentum about that reference point will be constant, right? If torque becomes zero, then this will imply angular momentum is conserved about that point. Am I clear, Atul?
Yes, sir.
Now, when I talk about this solid sphere, so here is your solid sphere. What is happening in the solid sphere? It is moving in the forward direction by rolling condition, right? It is moving in the rolling condition after some time, and initially it is slipping, correct? Now let us see what all forces are acting on this particle. Here, what will be the force acting in order to make the rolling possible? Try recalling. Friction. Yes,
Frictional force.
absolutely correct. Do you remember, Atul? I had given you all a note that for rolling, friction is necessary. Do you remember that, Atul?
Yes, sir.
For rolling,
Yes, sir.
friction is necessary, right?
Necessary.
Take this note again. For pure rolling, friction is necessary. F is necessary. If F is not there, rolling cannot take place. Then only slipping will take place, right? But in fact, for any kind of rolling, friction will be necessary. Now, because friction is acting, okay? And tell me what all are the other forces. We are drawing the free body diagram of the solid sphere. We are drawing the free body diagram or FBD of the solid sphere. Tell me what are the other forces acting on this sphere at this point.
So, it is moving in the forward direction. So,
One will be the weight downwards,
okay.
right?
Yes, sir.
Mg. What about the normal reaction? Some normal reaction will come from the earth, correct?
Yes, sir.
So I can write there is some
Mg.
normal reaction also. How much can I write it as? N,
Mg.
right? N, right? Yeah, it will be equal to Mg.
Okay.
Of course, it will be equal to Mg, but now I'm denoting it as N, right? Now,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
now let us think. Can you see this point, the point of contact, right? How is
Yes,
torque given? How is torque given? R cross F or not?
Yes, sir.
So when I talk about the net torque, it will be equal to torque due to normal reaction plus torque due to weight or mg plus
Frictional
torque
force.
due to friction, right? Here there is
Okay,
a
yes,
special condition. Here there is a special condition. What is that condition? That normal reaction is also passing through this point. Weight is also passing through this point, and friction is also passing through this point. Right or wrong? See, all the forces, friction, normal reaction, and weight, all are passing through this point. Right or wrong? Correct?
Yes,
Correct?
sir.
So,
Correct, sir. Correct.
if all the forces are passing through this point, so R value is 0 for each of them, right? R value for each of them is 0. Are we understanding this, Atul? Because what
No,
is
sir.
R? See, I'll repeat. whenever I find out torque, what is R? I'm writing it here. Okay. So I think there is a confusion that needs to be resolved. So let's say when I'm talking about torque value, how do we calculate torque? What is torque? I'll see here once again. See, I have a body, it is rotating. Okay. Now I want to find out the torque. So this torque will actually be how you decide torque. So let's say a force is acting. Let's say we'll talk about friction. We'll just talk about friction. Okay. Let's say friction is acting this way. Let's say there is some force which is acting in this manner from here on this point. Let's say there is some force acting on this point. Now I want to find out the torque. I want to find out the torque about the point of contact. That is about this point. I want to find out torque. How will you find it out? Atul, tell me the formula. Tau is equal to R
R into R into force.
right? What is R? R is the, write it down clearly.
Position
R is the position vector.
Position vector.
Everyone write this down. R is the position vector of the point on which force is applied, on which F is applied. R is the position vector of the point on which F is applied about the reference point. Yeah, with respect to the reference point. Position vector with respect to something, right? So with
Yes, sir.
respect to reference as origin. So you take reference as origin. Now, tell me one thing. Let's talk about 3 points. A, B, and this point which is touching the surface as S, right? Now tell me one thing. How will you find out? First thing is decide your origin. So we have decided origin as point of contact. Atul, we have decided origin as point of contact. Okay.
Point of contact.
Now with respect to this point of contact, I will draw position vectors. What I'll draw, Atul? Position vectors.
vectors.
Now those position vectors, let us name them as RA and RB. For the point S, do we have a position vector?
No, sir.
Right? So the position vector of S is a null vector, or it can be called as 0, right?
Yes, sir.
What about the position vector of A? It is equal to
RA.
RA. What about the position vector of B? It is equal to
RB.
RB. Now tell me another thing. What is the net torque given as? Torque due to
Zero.
friction F, force FA, and force FB. Correct? So I'll write
Yes, sir.
friction, torque due to friction, torque due to FA plus torque due to FB. Am I correct, Atul?
FB. Okay. Yes, sir.
Now, what you will do after this? You will write that net torque is the sum of all the torques, and then instead of each torque, you will substitute their respective values. Torque due to friction is equal to the point where a position vector of the point where friction is acting into friction itself, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the position vector of the point where friction is acting? 0 or not? Because it is lying on that origin itself. If a point is lying on the origin, so S is lying on O itself. So its position vector should be 0, right?
0.
So therefore,
Yes,
torque due to friction will be 0. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, torque due to FA will be equal to, tell me, RA into
RA.
FA.
Yes. RA into FB.
Correct?
FA.
FA. Similarly, torque due to FB or second force is equal to RB into FB. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Now you have different torques. Torques due to point A, torque due to FA, torque due to FB. Now net will be, you will just be substituting each of these values in this equation. Am I clear, Atul? Funda is clear.
Yes, sir.
How do you calculate
Yes,
torque?
sir.
Pakka?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now see this question. Class, everyone, see this question. Here, all the forces, here, all the forces, here, all forces. Which forces? Normal reaction, weight or mg, and friction. All the forces are passing through reference point or S, which we have taken as origin. All of them are passing through O or S, right?
Yes, sir.
Therefore, R value for each of them will be 0.
0.
Yes or no?
Yes,
Pakka?
sir.
From now, is it
Yes,
clear
yes.
to you that whenever we are talking about torque, and if that force into which torque has to be calculated, if that force itself passes through that point, then the torque due to that force, will be 0. Is this point clear?
0. Yeah.
Pakka?
Yes, sir.
Mahila,
sir.
is this point clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Karuna, is this point clear to you? What is torque and how is torque 0 if it passes through that point? The force
sir.
passes through that point.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please take this note, everyone. Please take this note, everyone. About torque. Torque of a force. Torque of a force is equal to 0 if force passes through that reference point, because R is 0. This implies tau is equal to R cross F is also 0. Are we now clear with this concept, Atul? Crystal clear?
Yes, sir.
Crystal
Yes,
clear
sir.
exam? Okay.
Yes, sir.
How about you, Mahila? Is this point crystal clear? Karuna?
Yes,
Karuna,
sir.
is this point crystal clear? Okay. Mahila, is this point clear? What I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So now we have learned that torque, if ever needs to be calculated, will be the sum of all the torques acting, right? And here, torque due to normal reaction. Here, torque due to normal reaction. Just a minute. Yeah. In our case, since all of them were passing through this point of contact, the torque due to normal reaction, due to weight and friction, all the torques are 0, correct? Now what we are doing, we are saying that because torque is 0, what will be conserved? Atul, tell me, what will be conserved?
Momentum is conserved. Or angular momentum.
Angular momentum is conserved. I'll write this here. This is angular momentum. Angular momentum is conserved. Because angular momentum is conserved, what can I write? Angular momentum initially is equal to angular momentum finally, right? Karuna, tell me, initially, was there just rotational motion going on or linear motion was also there? See the figure and tell me, initially, was only angular motion going on or was linear motion also active? Tell me.
So linear motion was also active.
So the total angular momentum will be just because of translational or because of rotational also?
Both, so translation and rotational.
Okay, so tell me what are the values? Tell me what are the values? First of all, because of translational. Yeah, tell me how much should it be? M
E
P
naught.
naught into R, correct? Now,
Yes, sir.
what about rotational? Initial rotational angular momentum, tell me. I omega? I omega? right?
Yes.
We have taken omega as omega naught initially, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Tell me the next one. Final angular momentum. What is the translational value of it? MVR, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Let us call this as RLP dash, okay? This is equal to MVR, right? Correct? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, what about rotational angular momentum? Finally, it should be equal to I into, see the
Omega.
figure, I into omega, correct? Here,
Yes, sir.
here angular velocity is omega naught, whereas here the angular velocity is omega, and we always take rotational angular momentum as I omega. Here, rotational angular momentum will be I omega naught. Are we clear with this, Karuna?
Yes, sir.
Pakka.
Yes, sir.
If there is any doubt, just ask. Don't keep it to yourself. Pakka, clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. So now we have written the value of rotational angular momentum and linear angular momentum. Rotational angular momentum finally and translational angular momentum finally. All that we have to do, just substitute the values. Why? Because in the question you are being asked what is, find the final velocity. You need to find out what is v in this question. Okay. So how will you do it? See, we'll write m v naught r, or I'll do it with another pen. Let's say blue one. I'll take m v naught r plus, instead of I, what is I for sphere, Atul? Solid sphere? Atul?
I
So,
for sol.
Tell me.
Yes, sir.
What
I for
sphere is it?
solid sphere is 2 by 5 mr square.
2 by 5 mr square. You don't have to see and tell. Now remember this, okay? From now onwards. Yeah, 2
Yes,
by
sir.
5 mr square. Because although I'm not seeing all of you, but then I am very much aware with the gestures of students. Okay, no worries. So 2 by 5 mr square, omega naught, right? What can we write instead of omega naught? Or let us convert omega naught into terms of v naught. What is the value of omega naught given in terms of v naught? See here the figure and tell
V
me.
naught by R.
V naught by 2 r.
Okay.
V
V
naught by,
naught by 2
this is given in the question,
R.
okay? V naught by 2,
2 R.
right? Now we have
Yes.
this is equal to MVR plus, what is I value again? 2 by 5, 2 by
2
5
by 5. Yes, sir. 2 by
mr
5
square,
mr square.
right? What should be final value of omega? Tell this to me, very, very thoughtful way. Think about it in a thoughtful way. Finally, pure rolling is taking place, Atul.
Yes,
Or
sir. V by R.
um, when pure rolling is taking place, V is equal to R omega. Therefore, omega is equal to V by R. Very important. Very important. Therefore, here instead of omega, I'll substitute V by R. Mahila, are you clear with whatever we are doing?
Yes, sir.
If there is any doubt, please ask, okay?
Yes, sir.
So here 2 and 2 would get cancelled. So we'll have m v naught r plus m v naught r by 5, right? This is equal to, here these two get cancelled. So we have m r, or small r only, in fact, everywhere, right? This was mvr, right? So we have m vr plus mvr whole into 2 by 5. Am I correct? Just check, Atul. Karuna, please check. Mahila, please check if I'm correct.
correct, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us write the next page equation. What will be the equation? Can you all tell me on both sides? Yes. Please calculate the next step. Yeah. Sum the terms. Tell me. 6 by 5.
Sir, I think you didn't wrote 2 there.
This is there. This one. This two got cancelled. No. Which two?
No, sir. The second I final.
This one. It's here.
Yes, sir.
It's already written. See?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Now is it okay? Yeah.
Yes, sir,
Tell
yes.
me the final answer. Tell me the final answer. M V naught R plus M V naught R by 5 is equal to MVR plus 2 MVR by 5. Are we going correct? Is this what you all are getting? Please check and tell me. Karuna? Karuna? Are you getting the
Oh,
same answer?
yes, sir.
Pakka? Just don't say yes. If there is any issue, let me know. Yeah, tell me.
Correct, sir, correct. I made a mistake.
Okay, okay. Mahila, did you get the same answer? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Mahila,
Yes, sir.
is this approach correct? Please tell me if there is anything wrong. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's correct, sir.
Okay. Now I want you to just briefly explain us what did we do in this question and why did we conserve angular momentum? Yes. Tell us, Mahila. Yeah. Get going. You can refer your notes. I'm going to first page meanwhile. Yeah. Start. Mahila, get going. Yeah. Yes, Mahila, tell me. It's okay if you go wrong. Don't worry. It's okay to be wrong, but one should always try. Yes, get going, Mahila.
Sir, I actually don't know how to explain it, sir.
It's okay. It's okay. Tell me what we have done. Tell me what we have done. So somebody who has understood something, no, that person will be at least trying. Just try. Yeah. Here is the screen. Tell us. What did we learn today? By the way, what is the question? Start from the question. Yes. Yes, Mahila. Start from the question. Please read the question. You are being told that okay, we'll take, if you're uncomfortable, we'll take Atul. No worries. It's okay, Mahila. That's okay. Yes. So, Atul, start from the beginning.
So,
What was
sir,
the question and what were we asked? Why did we do whatever we do? Whatever we did. Everything from point zero. Yes. Explain it to everyone.
so in the question it was given that a sphere was in an impure state of rolling,
Okay.
and then after some time it attained a pure state of rolling,
Excellent.
and we need to find the final velocity
Okay.
of the sphere.
Okay.
So at first we found the net torque due to the normal force, the weight of the sphere, and frictional force.
Okay.
With respect, we found it with respect to the with
Point of
respect to a
contact.
fixed point.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That is
With
called
respect to the
point of
surface
contact.
of contact.
So class you
Yes,
all
sir.
can write this, that this S is actually point of contact. S is point of contact. The point where the sphere is coming in contact with the ground. So it's called S is called the point of contact. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So the point of contact, we found different kinds of force,
Huh?
different kind of torques. So the position vector comes to be zero for
Position
all the forces.
vector. Right. Position vector for all
Uh,
the forces comes out to be zero. Why
Zero,
does it
yes, sir.
come out to be zero? Because the forces are passing
Because they are starting from the yes, the
they are
same
passing
point.
through that point. Yes, they are passing through that origin or the point of contact. Therefore, we have in our special case, this case, normal reaction, friction, and weight all are passing through that point of contact. Therefore, the net torque is zero. Okay, what next? If the net torque
Yes,
is
sir.
zero, what has to be conserved?
If the net torque is zero, then angular momentum is conserved. So
Excellent.
angular momentum is constant.
Um,
So final initial angular momentum is equal to final angular momentum.
okay.
Uh, So initially, the sphere will execute both rotational as well as translational motion. And so the formula for translational motion is mv naught r, and rotational motion is I omega naught. And finally, the rotational momentum for transitional motion is mvr, and rotational is m omega. Oh, sorry, I omega.
I omega.
So then, yes,
Just
so then we will
resubstitute the value.
substitute the values given in the question.
Yeah. What is I? What is I for a hollow sphere, by the way?
Yes, sir.
Hollow sphere. I'm asking about a hollow sphere. Here the question is solid, but I'm asking what is I for a hollow sphere, Atul?
So the I for hollow sphere is 2 by 3 mr square.
And here we are told about a solid sphere. That is why
Solid
put
sphere.
I as 2 by
5
mr square.
5 mr square.
Now will you remember the question and the concept, Atul?
Yes, sir.
Pakka.
Yes, sir.
Okay, coming back to Mahila. Mahila, is the concept and question once again clear to you or not? It's okay if you don't explain, but is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Right? Because I know that you're a very good communicator, so please don't worry about it. I know you have understood. In case there is anything that you want to ask, Mahila, please feel free. Right? Please feel free. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me. Are you clear?
Yes, sir. I'm clear, sir.
That the net torque on the system about the point of contact is 0. Therefore, angular momentum is conserved. And total angular momentum is actually consisting of two parts. Total angular momentum in case of rolling is considered of two parts. One is because of translation, and the other is because of rotation, right? The one which is given because of translation is given as L, which is the magnitude of cross product of linear momentum, and R, which is R perpendicular into P. Whereas for rotation, the angular momentum is I omega, right? I omega. So you call this as LT and this is LR. So whenever you are conserving momentum, you have to actually take LT plus LR is equal to constant. That is LT plus LR initially is equal to LT plus LR finally. This is called as conservation of angular momentum. Conservation of angular momentum. This is called as the concept of conservation of angular momentum. When does it hold true? When the torque about a given point, when the torque about a point is 0, when a torque about the point is 0, then we take L is constant. And when I'm saying L is constant, we're talking about total L, that is due to translation plus due to rotation. Total L is constant. Now is this entire concept clear to everyone? We'll start from Karuna. Karuna, is the point of, is this entire concept of conservation of angular momentum clear to you in case of a body which is rolling?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. How about you, Atul? Is the entire concept clear to you also?
Yes, sir.
Pakka? Ekdam pakka?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mahila, is the point now clear? Please jot this down with you. Okay. Class, please
Yes,
jot this down with everything. Once written, raise your hand. LT, LR, right? L translation, L rotation. This was L translation and this was L rotation. Yes, class. Please jot this down and raise your hand once you're done. Okay, very good. Thank you everyone for being a part of the class. We'll catch up tomorrow, right? Sometimes. Okay, yeah, just a second, class. All right. Thank you everyone for once again being a part of the class. Thank you very much. Thank you.